The only point you're proving by comparing caffeine with hard drugs is that you have no idea what addiction to narcotics looks like, and it comes across as an attempt to diminish the struggles associated with addiction recovery. We get it. We all know caffeine is a drug, and yes, it's addictive. But if you genuinely think it's as addictive or harmful as cocaine, meth, or heroin, you're either horribly misinformed about hard drugs or just a fucking clown. People lose their whole lives over drugs. As a recovered addict who lost jobs, got evicted from apartments, and landed myself in jail and eventually rehab, I should know. But never once has caffeine put my security of life at risk. Yes, the mass public is dependent upon caffeine to some extent or another. Good luck naming even one instance where that dependence utterly and completely ruined someone's life. I'll fucking wait. As a recovering heroin addict with 10 years clean time, I can safely say that caffeine isn't ruining my life, but it's goddamn hard to stop. It's a highly addictive chemical, but clearly the relative harm compared to hard drugs is much less. Exactly, I never sucked dick for caffeine. For real though, as a recovering addict it irritates me to hear that comparison. Yeah, I agree, I don't understand Reddit hate boner for caffeine. It is like there is always someone ready to axe Hool Lee whenever someone says it's no biggie to drink it every day. My addiction to caffeine has always been pleasurable, never once thought to stop. Alcohol, however. Nobody sucks dick for a Pepsi. Did you know that sugar is more addictive than cocaine? Yeah, because I can eat something with sugar in it every day for a year and not die from an OD. Greater than. But if you genuinely think it's as addictive or harmful as cocaine, meth, or heroin, no one is saying that. But rage dumpers gonna rage dump. Greater than. But if you genuinely think it's as addictive or harmful as cocaine, meth, or heroin, literally nobody says or thinks this though. I am a recovering IV heroin addict. Been clean from it for 5+ years. This comparison doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that our society thinks they should decide what someone puts in their body. Dump a shitload of coffee and alcohol down your gourd 24/7? All good by us, need a refill? But decide that you want to smoke pot, or decide rot you feel better on some substance. Now suddenly every person in the world is allowed to have an opinion on what I do in my free time. Fuck off. Greater than. We get it. We all know caffeine is a drug, and yes, it's addictive. And no one overclaimed more than that. Show me one instance of someone comparing caffeine to heroin. I think people just hate when others look down on their drug use when that person uses drugs themselves, even if it's just coffee. Caffeine is a fantastic drug. The effects are beneficial, it's difficult to overdose on it enough to cause any serious harm, it has minimal side effects, and the withdrawal symptoms are mild. There's a reason it's the most widely used mind-altering substance in the world. I am just trying to picture a caffeine addict picking coffee grounds out of a shag carpet because they just spilled their last 32 grams of Ethiopian single origin on it and the stores are closed until 8 a.m. Or the person saving the napkin because they had to sneeze after doing a huge rail of caffeine and it is a waste to throw away a $30 booger. The examples showing that caffeine addiction does not compare just get darker and less humorous from here. You are right, and every time I see anyone compare them I feel the same as you. It seems you from direct experience, me from direct observation. I've never sold my belongings to get another cup of coffee. It's definitely easier to overcome a caffeine addiction as opposed to something like cocaine or heroin. I don't think many people would argue that. Still, caffeine makes the user physically addicted. Your body cannot maintain a comfortable state if the drug is not taken daily. That's the comparison. I've had around 5 cups of tea a day for the last 20 years. I get a headache if I don't have it by a certain time each day. But last year it didn't mix with the medication I was taking, so I stopped for a month. After a day or two, I felt completely normal. It's not comparable to heroin or nicotine. Don't people die from heart attacks that are attributed to caffeine? The type of substance isn't the relevant problem. A casual cocaine user has far less debilitating problems than an intense food addiction, for example. Anything you derive pleasure from can be addictive, and anything addictive can be life-crippling. Drugs, food, sex, video games, work, etc. Caffeine is socially acceptable, readily available, and has a very high threshold for dangerous levels that are regulated in products. But if it was made illegal, and stigmatized by society, there would absolutely be people who made all the same bad choices trying to get caffeine as they do any other illegal drug. Yes, caffeine is addictive. No, it won't ruin your mental and physical health, destroy your relationships, ruin you financially or put you to rehab. Yep. People who compare hard drugs to caffeine are clowns. Sugar is also addictive AF. Would they say the same for sugar? Yeah man, I feel you. There's a bunch of cringe children on this site who think they're cool or something because they don't drink coffee or tea, and have no idea what it means to be truly addicted to something. Like, how can one even compare being hooked on oxys and wanting a cup of coffee in the morning before work? Blows my mind. I have one Monster Sunrise and suddenly I'm an addict. I quit drinking coffee and tea about 24 days ago due to health-related issues. I haven't even reached the age of 30, but years of eating outside had raised my VLDL cholesterol and triglycerides to a point that my doctor was amazed how I hadn't developed heart or liver diseases already. I am barred from eating anything except healthy, home-cooked meals, along with any meat, sugary or dairy product, as a result of which I had to quit coffee and tea as well because I don't have them without sugar or cream. I have been drinking energy drinks, tea, coffee on a daily basis since I joined college, and suddenly quitting them, after nearly a decade of consumption, affected my productivity a lot in the initial days. I lacked motivation, I couldn't think clearly, I couldn't focus on my work. But now I am almost back to my old self. I don't feel those bursts of energy and mental activity that followed a cup of coffee, but that's about it. I can't even begin to imagine what quitting hard drugs would feel like. The withdrawal must be an excruciating experience, nothing like caffeine addiction.